It is so dire. It is so dire. Man, I came over to... I don't get why it keeps doing that. I came over to Adamantoise so that I could get my fucking Circus Tower queue to pop. So let me actually queue into that. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Callie Racing Salaryman. This is here to play games. I'm here to play games. Actually, let me get something to drink because I don't have water or coffee. I had a coffee like an hour ago, hour and a half ago. It was good. It was good. It was really good. But I need some sort of beverage. I'll have some apple cider. Yeah, hey, hi, hello, what's up? Uh, it's dire, that's all I have to say. I have my last apple cider. Okay. I need to go back and check when I bought that pack of cigarettes. Probably yoink some back from a couple. I'll have to wait till Monday. What's up? It's dire. You're dire. Everything's happening, and yet nothing is happening. It took us 2 hours to fill for just an M9S clear. That was horrific. Say that. Yeah. Not looking forward to doing that again. Week, but you know what? It's fine. Yesterday I was so disgustingly exhausted that I just like napped on my couch. After raid, after the 2 hours of sitting and us not filling. Oh my god, you can only hear me talking. Let me turn on game audio, that might help. It was dire. Party Finder is a disaster right now for everyone though, I think. So I don't feel too bad. Put my back in. Yeah, that's all. I slept a decent amount today, so I'm fighting. They're all fighting. Fighty and gym was good. I was alone in there, which is preferable. Food was good. Yeah. Okay. All right. The end of January too. Because it feels like it is the end of March. Feels like we've been in January for 5 weeks. Even, I think I made the joke earlier at work that it's the 82nd day of January. I don't know what the fuck is wrong. Actually, I know exactly what's wrong, but I'm not gonna say that. Haha. We live in a fucking society, man. That's all. Okay. Here we go. Ugh. There we go. Alright, sick. What was that sound? I just heard voices. It's not making me seem normal. It's fine. Let me just move my phone out of the way real fast. And join the queue. 6 minutes. Actually, I don't want to be... There we go. I did not want to be, yeah. Tank for that, I swear. There we go. No. Eh? Eh? What am I doing? Ew. 50, 50, 50. Weird as hell. Oh. Oh. Let me just go see if I can fix part of this, because some of it seems weird, some of it seems fine. Yeah, now that Ether's open to actually go to, my queues shouldn't be as abysmally long as they have been. I'm normally on Dynamis, but like, God, that 35-minute queue was atrocious yesterday. I'm not keen on doing that again. And... Why? Okay, sick. Okay, that seems good, right? I like that. What if I dye the pants? Black. Oh, I don't have black dye. I like the white, actually. Remove. There we go. Yay! Okay, cool. Alright, I'm all set now. Okay, okay. I fuck with it. Okay. Where's this again? Right. I have to remember what the end of 2.3 is. So let me check my handy dandy little notes that I made myself. Okay, end of 2.3 is Brave New Companions. So I'm about halfway through 2.3. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Easy. Especially because the end of this quest is the end for Syrcus Tower. For 2.3 until 2.5. Yeah. Oh, let me... So I don't have to think about it inside. Go! Amen, Philia. Lord of Levin. Okay. Let's just accept this before I get called for Syrcus Tower. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured I should not have summoned you were it not urgent business that I received some disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. Sylphside called forth the revered guardian, the primal Rama. May have. Elder CCR forms as the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. The fact need not contradict the elementals. Garuda and so on. Rama is reputed to only act in defense of its children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to strictly endanger the sylphs on their territory. Were you not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? Preparations were a summoning were indeed underway, which would surely not have escaped your notice. Pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. Could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there were honestly couldn't wait and see. You know how the sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Rama once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have the guardian deity on hand. Sure, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation that would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like the sylphs perceive this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quicken their efforts to summon their god. And put in mind of Titan and the kobolds, once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. True. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Callan, though your dealings with the sylphs of little solace, you succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rama can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. Fond hope, were such a thing impossible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. Maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Rama's presence. Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Callan. Pray report to Commander Hello at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Leven will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Sick! I don't know if y'all can help me. Actually, I don't think you can. Y'all are kind of useless, I won't lie. Nice. I'll walk there. I'll go manually since I'm waiting for the circus tower queue. Which should have popped already, considering the average wait time was 5 fucking minutes. But no. Whatever. Apple cider hot. Apple cider hot. Hey, there it is. If you don't ready up DPS, I'm gonna reach through the screen and slap you. Thank you. Just had to threaten him. Easy peasy. So pretty. There we go. Do I have my carbuncle out? Yeah. Bonk. Go. Ooh. Still learning how to play on mouse and keyboard is interesting, especially as we get farther in. I feel like it's not too bad, but it is an adjustment considering I'm so used to controller. Oh, I need to turn everyone's fucking names off. Ooh. Is everyone just like hard focusing on killing her? Yes, probably. It might work. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's actually better for me. Ugh. Fine, I guess. Why is it up there? Why are you up there? Let me come in here and then... Is it under character? Yeah. It is others, alliance, and targeted. Been targeted. Initials. Why? Okay, there we go. That's better. So many clones. Okay, sick. I want to turn off people's titles too. Hide. Yes! Oh, peaceful now. Mm. Sick. Oh. Ouch. Damn. He's going fast as hell. Hello, Amon. Ooh. This is kind of a mess, I won't lie. Oh, I'd be frozen. I get to sit back. Easy. Aw. Never mind. Easy. Ooh. I'm watching the cutscene. Fuck you guys. It'll teleport me in, it's fine. Okay, dramatic. Oh, okay. Syrcus Tower is so quick. That took like 12 minutes, maybe. Yum. Wow. Out I go. And I think I get a cutscene now. Yeah! Kalon! Hello. You did it! You defeated Emperor Zandi! Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Kalon Alba. Thanks. With Emperor Zandi now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Syrcus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. The dramatic slow walk forward is so funny. That distortion, what is it? The power that Sandy sought to obtain comes from the void, the world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on ether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Zandy entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Une and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Zandy sealed his dark pact. By our blood shall it be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally, we may fulfill our promise. Can Nero in the background. Not the ha 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 ha. Oh, be still, my beating heart. Not even the ultimate weapon compares to this. Oh. What are you on about? The covenant is everlasting. Ooh. The clit of darkness. Sorry. Oh dear. Oh. And so Marasidia is brought into the fold. Soon, all the world shall be united under Alakan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Oh. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Okay. Thanks, Graha. Kalon, pull yourself together. I reach up and smack him upside the head. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Not now, damn it! Not his ex-husband. Were they a part of your grand plan, too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Fair enough. It's got a point. Something controls them. A void scent, no ordinary one at that. Doga! He's being yoinked! Into the void. And into the void she go too. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. And there it is. His big plan. Did you just throw your weapon away, you dumbass? Dumbass. Nero! Lamau. The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Oh. There they go. Dedge. The rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambros. Graha just traumatized in the back. Yeah, be like that, homie. Sorry, don't mind me. Just tearing apart these coffee sleeves. I collect them and I'm like tearing off the front of them. I only have the front of them. I actually only have 2 more, so let me do these real fast. One more. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna like put them in a frame and hang them over, or hang it near my espresso machine. It's like a lot of the places, like coffee and tea places I've gone in in my life in the past couple of years. Yeah. I'm sifting through them. Nice, okay. Now that those are separate. And there. Nice. Alright, anyway, continuing the game. Ramrose! We lost the clones! Ramrose! The gloom. For the life of me, I cannot remember what that something is. All this happened within the Tower Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate of this, I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of voids, and the more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It seems that Zandy sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this voidsent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garlon, the situation is bleak. The voidsent can enter our world. Instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Dogan Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zandi's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. You have not quite been yourself. Tell me, true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests within, with Alag. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Uneodoga. I, that bastard, knew as well, only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Doga and Une are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Calon. Mark my words. Yahoo! I don't have the most pleasant of childhoods. You know that what they say, children can be cruel. The end result of that being I grew up determined to uncover the truth of the trait. Much and more yet remains beyond my knowing, but one thing is certain. The nearer I draw to the heart of the Crystal Tower, the more I am convinced that an important memory eludes me. Ooh! Yeah, that tracks. Alright, main story. Oh, my neck. In the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal has ever more cause. The women stand ready for any eventuality. I know none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so first without delay. The elder seats here, however, would speak to you first. She's of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofka's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus tent. Okay. They're not very silent if they're talking to me, but sure. Thank you. Hehe. Oh my god, wait! You can't fucking hear!
Negotiations.
Hide that. There we go. My fucking bad.
Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the land's Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Yeah. They really kicked me out. Okay. Oh. Not one at the East Shroud? Shit. Let's go. I just wanted to murder wildlife. There was no need for that. Callan of the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Rama himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin might be found. I'll ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finished their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. Good tidings, wise ones have finished searching and wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Rama. Escort this good man to his fellow Scions. Okay, I follow. Oh, fuck off. Oh, I can fucking fly. I fully forgot about that. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. get to take the easy way. Huh. Hmm. Draw too close to Lord Rama, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. Okay. Oh my god, they got rid of the impersonation thing! No! That's fucked up. That was so fun. So basically, they were all, like, being impersonated by the touched sylphs. And it was so funny. You had to, like, suss out which was which. It was kind of incredible. I think they effectively called Thancred a fucking whore.
Thine order betrays thee, Sir Hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Fair enough.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial.
Oh
If thou
shit.
wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Ooh. I like Rama. He's probably one of my favorite
Come
primals.
to me,
Bringer of light.
I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Battle. Sure.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Nerd. Nerd. Fair enough, though. But nerd. Wow. Didn't we already do this in level 50? Jesus. No. We didn't. I'm hallucinating. Yes, I'm hallucinating. Okay. Come around here. Less than 5 minutes. Okay, sick. Oh, easy. Easy peasy. Ooh. I like that he made himself like a normal size. Makes it easier for us. Yay. Oh, he's invincible. Hmm. And now I get to rest. They don't know how it works. Okay, sick. Easy. Bye, Rama.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
Ooh, lofty goals.
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Fair enough.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
I was supposed to say, I didn't really have a choice, Oriange. Oh my god, I'm taller than Oriange.
Witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. Let's go. Oh. What's up? Dare ask how Rama received your visit, blah blah blah, I beat the shit out of him. Elder seats here must be informed of your deeds at once. We'll wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Go to the Lotus Stand, yeah. Shocker! Again, you're not silent, but whatever. Sup, fuckers? I won.
You are returned
Nice.
to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
You're welcome. You literally couldn't do it without
Have I
me.
been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
They literally... Oh, that was not word. They literally just kick us out sometimes, and I think that's so funny. Plus ends another daunting mission. I'd hoped Lord Rama could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. Seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Callan? Shall we gather back at the Rising Students and ponder the lessons of the day? Don't really have choice, do I, Papadimo? But let's go. Got about 5 more quests. And these quests are going really fucking fast. Welcome back, Calon. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Wait. Are you gonna be voiced?
Whenever one is ready,
Oh, fuck
let
yes.
us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to
Oh
recall
god, not
what
the
we
fucking
know
history
of
lesson.
etheric behavior. Let us begin at
Oh,
what
good
some might
God.
call the end. When we who
Literally
dwell
is
in
a
the
history
material
lesson.
realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Ooh.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
I forgot that this, like,
Quite.
actually happens.
Even as the Sahagin
That they
elder
just
fell to the Admiral's
straight up
musket shot,
explain things to
I
us.
witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
We sure have not, King.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Yoink.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
Ooh.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
They really just be throwing that word out. We don't know shit.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
Yeah.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Why does she only call him Archon? The others are Archons. No. Oh. Rama's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whorl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, idol and servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity rise. That which shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Hello. There he is. Now the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Calon. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging that Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogul Mog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Calon, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Ain't no thing, Miss Minfilia. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict, of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Yeah, Alphino, child. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Calon, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for this moment and take the opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Oh god. Sure. Sure. Why not? Okay. Let's see. The children. Oh god, there's so many children. What do you want, Yozan? They're so small. Look, it's Master Calon. He's back from his adventures. We heard you are fighting primals, and that they're some sort of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Mr. Calon? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Oh, Ori Boulder. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coultonay, did you know that Mr. Calon is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Calon. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Ori Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coultonay. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Calon if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Calon? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Oh my god, we're wearing the same thing. Ori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Ah, well, mayhaps I am. What matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Calon? Would you consent to spar with me? My voice is very soothing. Thank you. Hurrah! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. The children are so funny. Every last ounce of my strength to make it a worthy contest. We match! We actually do match. I think the only thing that's different is our pants. And I think our pants are actually the same, I just dyed them different. Yeah, thank you. I used to hate the sound of my voice, so that is very nice to hear. I kind of had to get over that when I started streaming, though. I barely remember this part, but I do know that it's low-key a waste of time, but it's fine. Oh, okay, sure. Should I do it as... Yeah, sure, I'll do it matching him. Why not? It just means I'm the better paladin. Or is he a warrior? Marauder, whatever. I don't remember. Oh, he's a paladin. Sick, that makes it better. Let's not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Certain you wish to fight him alone. What better way to test my mettle? Was this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Calon to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Fair enough. You haven't begun yet, have you? I guess it's Ida. Oh, it's everyone. Ida? Who? Oh, what are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Calon's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Ah, shit. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. Good luck. We shall soon see. On your guard. Heh. Was that it? Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Me just chilling like, hey, the children have the right of it. Coltene the cultured. 'Tis time I joined the fray. On your feet. It was an honor and a privilege. This. I fucking killed him. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Callan is so strong. But you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Not on my watch, motherfucker. Oh. Fuck you mean you used hallowed ground, bitch? It's cheating. Okay, that was easy. Okay. You have bested me. I yield. Hell yeah, man. That was incredible. He beat both of them at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Callan. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Well, she's cute. Lamau. Impressive as always, Callan. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? When first we met was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartino. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended toward their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius in the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. The fucking big eyes. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of the Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil toward a better world. Remember when they sold his and Alize's earring for like $300? Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be resolved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Sure, Alphino. Sure. Anyway. No mounts inside, that's rude. Please be voiced. The world shifts and alters and we, my friend, must be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Oh. Please let this be voiced, is what I mean. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide Grand Company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards greater unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage the fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself has witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true, border-spanning Grand Company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome, time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey, and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Sure, why not? I'm not doing anything. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring, indeed, to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Lominsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Bulwark Hall. Yeah, so what do you think about this, Minfilia? Lend him what age you can, sure, why not? Yeah. Let's go! Nope. Nope. There we go. I'm ready to ascend the bridge and speak with Admiral Blufiswin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I'd have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. It is no matter should they be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. Unit range into the countryside, the upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to serve a purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay. Bonk. Okay. Shit. They're really having me run all over. Okay. Let's do these 3 down here first. I'm gonna get laughed out of the pirate den. Let's do that first. Is that Wario? Waluigi. Fair enough. Eh? Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. You're looking for a self-righteous fop. Try knocking on that dandy Carvelane's door. Okay. All you had to do was say no. But honestly, mood. I understand. We curse to a united Eosian Grand Company. Well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at Naldik and Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I've not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Valid. Fair enough. I once again am without beverage and I'm thirsty. Fuck! It's not like I'm reading constantly or anything. Just jogging through Limsa. Don't worry about me. Hi, Real. Well, if it ain't Calon, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't ye? Formerly of the Company of Heroes. 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? Aye, it ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work? Ha! Sounds like a right lark it does. Alrighty, lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Thanks, Real. You're a homie. Lord, okay. Oh, I am talking to Carvelane. Sick. Hey, homie. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Fair enough. Thanks. Hey, Rainer. The formation of trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret that I must decline. As commander of the Yellow Jacket's protector, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. Motherfucker's already got a job. Fuck! I alpha know. Received rough and ready folk. In your legendary covers, heroes indicated its interest. Astonishing, I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. I too was successful in my task. Continue on to Gridania. Okay. I wonder if it was cheaper to fly or to teleport. Doesn't really matter. Recruit. And then be at the airship landing. Fair enough. Laurentius. By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? The whaler, a regular patron at Boscaron's. Oh, I remember. If jail had changed me more than I realized, not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. Less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventure? What brings you recruiting? Wood whalers will have not more to do with me. This may be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. I don't believe you. But sure. Sure. Again, someone else that already has a job. Organization is more organized. Valid. That's real as hell. I won't lie. I also would say no. I would say no so fast, actually. Do I actually have an umbrella? Oh, I don't have an umbrella. That sucks. Are we really... This man is so old. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Your tormented bat gives up on you for good. Hell yeah. Thank you, Alien. Okay. My god, seeing all the side quests makes my eye twitch. Might just have a side quest day at some point and slam through as many as possible. Airship landing. What news? Most amenable former wood whaler sees an adventure. Company will not lack for variety. Striking old daw while the iron is hot? Yes. We must. We must. Royal Promenade. Nope. I'm a paladin, eat shit. I know more than you do. Gilded City was one's fortune defines one's worth. It's just ascending to the lower level before you beginning your recruitment efforts, sure. Sure. Okay. Hello, Wilrid. Mass Devil. If I haven't, we'd probably be dead. We are such fools. New company of champions that'll take you all around? Sure, Wilrid. Just don't be a dick. I feel like this is the first time we actually get a, like, look at all these people you've met and, like, impacted type moment. It's kind of cool. Because I always like those moments. Orson of the Church of St. Adama Landama, thank you again for your timely rescue. Preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dragons less fortunate. Just new companions. She's of the church. She cannot leave. Who the fuck am I talking to in the Weavers Guild? The fuck? Anyway, that was valid. A valid response. TBH. Okay. Conniving ne'er-do-well. I wouldn't really call them that, but sure. Landbert. What's up? Rumors drift down to Pearl Lane of know this glorious new company and just how far I'd avoid getting. Yeah, that's valid. Real as hell. Don't blame you. Sintgot. Scares about the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of the neighboring nation. Real as hell. Valid. All right. How fared you, Calon? What hidden gems of the streets of Uldar offer up to your unrelenting gaze? Single Alamegan youth? There are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people were born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Calon. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed in my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. You're welcome. You are free to begin. If you no doubt surmise the Sultana has also graced my trial company with her blessings. The first wave of recruitment is over, the document signed, and the finances secure. There's not to prevent me from taking the next step. You're concerned with the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. You really said I'm rich, but not that rich. Rumors of doubt surrounding this enterprise, but such things will shut plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It'll not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Okay. Oh. Cutscene. Hello, Nanamo.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Kalechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Love Nanamo. Nanamo!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
I have water again. Yay! Let me see if I can make a bed for my cat under my desk, so she'll lay under there and calm down. Even though she has a bed under my desk. Oh look, blanket. Oh, that works too. Oh, there you go. Okay. Not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. Culmination of all our effort is at hand. Alpha tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. Inaugural ceremony is set to take place here in the Rising Stones. Tatar is cooperating to see all is ready. Quite a number of human faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll, and I wonder if Slothrop might find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? Sure. Oh shit. What can I do you for? Barely noticed the recruits arrived. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters. It's more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent. I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Lawful in the shipment, we couldn't. Gods, woman, what befell? Bring a shipment to Revenant's Toll provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. Set upon by brigands, I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our life by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is not to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics involved is likely to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. I've got you, homie. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortant. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. You'll see that they are apprised of this development. We're not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortant. I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Sure. Certain Lord Horshafont would be glad of your assistance. We get to see him again! It's the boy! Horshafont! I'm gonna go manually. I think that's Aurum Vale down there. Which I don't believe I've unlocked. Do those waterfalls have a name? No, they do not. Horshafont. Horshafont. I'm an elf now. Did you notice? I was a bunny last time I saw you, homie. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive for Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. 'Tis not, my friend. Ooh. Ooh! Awaits a confirmation of the reason. Heretics.
The incident with the new frontier hand?
Voiced!
No, you need not elaborate.
He's voiced!
I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been
Lady
so brave as to
Iceheart,
risk
my
direct
beloved.
confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Hell yeah, why not?
Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long.
Friend.
Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Nice. Icon. I love you, or Chiffon. Or Chiffon. Drill 'em all. It's been a while. Better off starting up and going down with him. Sup? Pray speak plainly, I am a man of action and no honeyed words. Thieving heretics! You seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, 'tis the sad truth of the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. Strike swiftly without warning and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. Which is not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influences Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grips of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Thanks, Drillamon. Am I saying their names right? Probably not. Do I care? Not a bit. Hello, mistreated merchant. Yes, of course, I'm quite recovered enough. Anything to catch those cowardly blackhearts. Some blows sent me reeling. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that went on. I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say this is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me running off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Fair enough. Oh. Oh dear. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm seeking heretics, then we share a common purpose. We are on patrol when we chanced upon one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. Vanished like icy wraiths. There she is! There she is. Beloved. Could it be Iceheart come herself to sneer at our folly, and where did she disappear? The heretics have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We are not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best we were to return to Whitebrim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillamol. Okay. I'm not gonna be doing French accents when I'm in Ishgard. Absolutely fucking not. No, I can't. They'll just be British. Everyone's gonna just be British. That's all I can do. And I don't mind butchering a British accent. Whoa. Whoa. No! The fuck? There we go. Surviving nights, blah blah blah. Bulk of the notion, I'm beside you. Lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared, and what will be the lair of our inner enemy. Turn to Dragonhead. Shield them from our justice for long. Sure, King. Sure. Oh, so this takes me to the top of the tower. Oh, crazy. Love that. I think I knew that at some point. Did not remember it, but I think I knew it at one point. Ishgarmed. Ishgarmed. Or chiffon. Hey.
Your return is most timely.
He's
Of
so
their
cutie.
own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
Oh, he's flirting.
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
Yeah.
Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, We still know far
He's so
too little of
dynamic.
this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Thanks, Orshafan. I adore you, King. Here's Lothborn. Shit's fine. He's sending more. How fared you in the Frozen Waste? Second shipment. Vigilant. Inaugural ceremony. You anchor this. Preparations for the inaugural ceremony were completed, although Totaro does seem somewhat flustered. Taking enough of your time, why don't you head into the Rising Stone and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? I'm always happy to help Tataru. Are they even here? Wow, a lot of my waste paper basket, real as fuck. We shall lend a hand. Splendid. You dare and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. They're to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Opno if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Fair. I got 8? God damn. There's many of them. And for what? Shit. And none of them are in here, of course. Oh, Yuhase. Splendid idea. Sure. Laurentius is up there. I'm gonna be lazy. No idea what we're supposed to be doing. Fair enough. Alian. There you go. Real making me fucking jump up here. Oh, there's stairs. Oops. Not quite so voluminous. Hmm. I saw them. I'll go back. I'm Ilbert, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There's no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Hmm. 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 Hello, Alpha now. We're not in an army, but there's much a small corps of elite warriors can do. But my name for the company, it is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. A moment of truth knows near. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Cutscene time. It better be voiced. It's voiced. Sick.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Mm-hmm.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Damn. And this is the last part of 2.3. What have we got, Minfilia?
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
True.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
Nor.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear.
She's tired.
Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
There it is! Need this. Nice. And that's 2.3! Wow! Oh, another cutscene. Is it Lady Iceheart? Or oh. Oh. Hello, Orshafan. I don't like the placement of this. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Hi, Ishgard. Oh, we get a peek inside? Holy shit. Hope. Ugly ass. Do we get to meet him? Please say yes. No! I fucking forgot. I fucking forgot. Times 2. Well, let's see what titles I have. Cinder Eorzea. Too busy like that. Sick! That'll be it for me for today. We got through 2.3. Hell yeah. And we are now getting into pre-Heavensward. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever time zone you may be in. I hope it's a fantastic one. And I will see you next time. Farewell.